Okay, this is converting between metric units. So we have 31.02 metres into centimetres. So if we have a look on here, what this should say is if it's a big to a small measurement, you should be times it. Whereas if it's a small to a big measurement, you should be dividing. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out if this is bigger or smaller than this. And actually, meters are a lot bigger. So we're going from big to small. So if we're going from big to small, we're timesing. So we need to do 31.02 times by however many centimetres are in metres. Now if we have a look on here, it says there are 100 centimetres in a metre. Also, if you have a look on this diagram here, each of the metric measurements, starting with the smallest, which is millimetres, then centimetres, then metres, then kilometres, always goes in division, well, multiples in this case going this way of 10 divisions if you're going this way. So we've got 10 millimetres in a centimetre, then 100 centimetres in a metre, and then 1,000 metres in a kilometre. So kilo is 1,000. So that'll come useful later on. So in this one here, we've got 31.02 times by 100 because there are 100 centimetres in a metre, which is what we've got here as well. So if we put that in the calculator, we've got 31.02 times by 100 equals 3,102. So 3,102 metres. Oh, centimetres, sorry. Centimetres, because we're changing from metres into centimetres, so the answer is going to be in centimetres. So 31.02 metres is 3,102 centimetres. Now, if we're going the opposite way, so we're changing centimetres to metres, then we're going from small to big, because as we've established up there, metres are bigger than centimetres. So, because 100 of these will fit into one of these. So if we're going from small to big, if we look down here, small to big is divide. So we need to do divided by, so 469 divided by however many centimetres are in a metre. And we established that before, so there's 100, we've got 100 there, 100 there, so we're dividing by 100. So if we put in a calculator, it says 469 divided by 100 gets us 4.69. And the answer is in metres. That's what we're changing into. So 469 centimetres is the same as 4.69 metres. Rest that up there. You could also look at this. If we got here 31.02, and we have a look at this here, the decimal point has been moved to the end of the 2 there, but obviously because it's at the end, we won't put it on. So it's basically the same as going 1, 2 places, because there's 2 zeros. So instead of doing the actual calculation, we can just move the decimal point. You've got to be very careful when you do that because a lot of mistakes are made that way. So sometimes it is easy to just put the calculation into the calculator. Now, let's have a go at metres to millimetres. And millimetres are even smaller than centimetres. So that's a small measurement, and this is a big measurement. So we look big to small again, we'll go down here, big to small, it's times in. So we need to times by however many millimetres go into a metre. So if we have a look at our conversions here, we've got 1,000 millimetres in a metre. So we need to times by 1,000 or move the decimal place 3 places because it's 3 zeros. So if we have a look at here, if we're converting from millimetres into metres, we're going from there all the way to there. Now if you have a look, we've got 2 zeros there and we've got 1 0 there. So altogether, that's like times in by 1,000. If you draw this diagram for any of your conversions, so you can do it with length that we've got here, or you can do millilitres, centilitres, litres, it's the same. So if you can remember this diagram, then it doesn't matter what conversion you're doing, you'll be able to do it. So here we've got 36.97 and we are timesing by 1000 and we get 36970. So 3, oh, I've done that on the wrong one, haven't I? Let's do a different colour. 36970. And that's in millimetres because that's what we're converting into. So that's actually 36,970 millimetres are in this amount of metres. And then again, we're going from millimetres to metres, so we're going from small and going to big, which is the opposite. So we're dividing, and the same amount of millimetres and metres as 1000 from before. So we'll put into the calculator. This little comma here separates the thousands. All that means that it's 3,227. So you don't actually have to write that or put it in your calculator. It just goes in like that. And we are dividing by 1000. And that gives us 3.227. 227. And the answer's in metres because that's what we're changing into. Kilometres into metres. So if we have a look, we've got kilometres is bigger than a metre, which is smaller. If we look on here, kilometres is much bigger than metres. And if we have a look at the diagram here, it's times in by 1000 because we're going from big to small, so it's times in. And also it says here it's 1000. So we times that all by 1000. And here is small to big, so this is the opposite way around. So this is going to be divided by 1000, because it's still the same measurements. Let's do those two together. So we've got 65.67, and we're timesing by 1000, and that's given us 65670. And the answer is in metres. And then we've got 26,300, again you don't have to put a comma in, divided by 1000 equals 26.3, and that answer is going to be in kilometres. And then we've got centimetres to millimetres, so let's change pen. Centimetres is bigger, and then millimetres is smaller, so do those next two. And we have to look how many millimetres are in centimetres. So we have a look at this one. This actually here, we just get rid of that, is 10. So we're timesing and dividing by 10, depending on which one we're doing. And also we look here, there's 10 millimetres in a centimetre. So if we're going big to small, we're timesing. So times by 10, and this one will be divided by 10. So let's put both in the calculator. So we've got 2.56 times by 10 gets us 25.6 millimetres. And then we've got 12,768 divided by 10, which gets us 1276.8. And the answer is in centimetres because that's what we're changing it to. Oh, I did that wrong. Good. 6.8. Yep. And then the final one is kilometres to centimetres. Now, let's just get rid of some of this. So we're doing kilometres to centimetres. So we've got kilometres here, and we're going all the way to centimetres. So we've got these here, and this one. So there's 5 zeros there. So 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 100,000, which is what we've got here. So there's 100,000 centimetres in a kilometre. Then we're going from big to small. You'll see a pattern here from all of them, and then small to big. So this one's going to be times, and this one's going to be divide, and it's by that big long number, so 100,000, because we've got 100, and then 36,000, and this one again by 100,000. So let's see what this gets. So we've got 8.03 times by 100,000 equals 803. And then 3 zeros. So that answer is 8 centimetres. And that is 803,000 centimetres. Let's do the next one. So we've got 62,950 divided by 100,000. And that gets us 0.6295 kilometres. So that is how you calculate conversions between metric units of length, so between millimetres, centimetres, metres and kilometres. This is probably the best way to try and remember how to convert it, but if you just memorise these, then you'll be okay as well. But personally, I prefer this one because that's too much for me to remember. The biggest thing that you need to remember is whether you're going from big to small or small to big, and that will tell you whether you're either timesing or dividing. And then remembering how many of the smaller measurement is in the larger measurement to know what to times or divide by. If you can remember those things, you'll be amazing at converting.